Here's something most people moving to Prince George do not know. One of the most centrally located, most affordable, most convenient neighborhoods in this entire city, it predates Prince George itself. South Fort George was its own rival town site in 1909. It had its own economy, its own identity, and it didn't join the city of Prince George until 1976. That history shapes everything from the lot sizes, to the street layout, to the character of the homes you'll find here today. And before we're done, I'm going to tell you something about this neighborhood's reputation that most realtors won't say on camera. Because if you are relocating to Prince George, you deserve the real picture, not the polished version. So let's get into it. When the locals say the South Bowl, they're describing the valley section of Prince George that sits just south of the downtown core. It's literally lower in elevation than the benchlands and hilltop subdivisions like College Heights. You can feel it when you drive in. South Fort George is right in the heart of that bowl, bordered by the Fraser River to the east, Queensway running along the west. That positioning is not an accident. This is one of the most connected pieces of real estate in the city. Downtown Prince George is 3 to 5 minutes by car. The University Hospital of Northern BC is 2 to 4 minutes from most addresses in this neighborhood. Like most of Prince George, you will want a car or reliable transit to get anywhere meaningful. The good news is this neighborhood is one of the best served in the city for both. So what does the market actually look like right now? Here are the numbers that matter. The average detached home in South Fort George runs between $340,000 and $430,000 depending on condition and lot size. College Heights is sitting around $605,000. The Hart is around $585,000. The Prince George City average in 2026 is $459,000. So you're looking at about $130,000 to $260,000 below the most popular suburban neighborhoods in the city. And the lots here are generous. We're talking 6,000 to 9,000 square feet on many properties. That's hard to find at this price point pretty much anywhere else in Prince George. For investors, the numbers make sense here. You're buying in the $340,000 to $430,000 range in a neighborhood where 2-bedroom rents are averaging around $1,400 a month. That price to rent ratio is one of the better ones you will find anywhere in Prince George right now. One more number worth knowing, South Fort George posted a 4.8% jump in assessed value in 2026. That's the third fastest growing neighborhood in the city, behind only Cranbrook Hill and Southeast Prince George. The market is paying attention to this area even if the reputation hasn't caught up yet. Alright, so let's talk about what daily life actually looks like in South Fort George. The anchor of this neighborhood, from a lifestyle standpoint, is Claytley Tenay Memorial Park. This is a 65-acre flagship park right on the Fraser River. There's a spray park, there's walking and cycling trails, sand volleyball, the Kiwanis Band Shell for summer events, and the Exploration Place Museum and Science Center is right there too. If you have kids, the Little Prince steam train runs in the summer. It's one of those only in Prince George things that people who grow up here just take for granted. Relocators, they love it. Directly inside South Fort George is Paddlewheel Park and Hazelton Park on the river. A short walk north connects you to the Heritage River Trail. That's about 11 kilometers of paved path along the Fraser and Nechako rivers. From a food and dining standpoint, you're just minutes from some of the best restaurants in town. White Goose Bistro on 3rd Avenue, The Keg for fine dining, the Tula Burning for wood-fired Neapolitan pizza. These are not all just chain restaurants. These are genuine local spots that people in the city are really proud of. For groceries, you've got Buy Low Foods in Parkwood, Real Canadian Superstore, and Costco, both 5-minute drive away. By the way, if you're doing your research on Prince George from another city right now, I put together a free relocation guide that maps all of this out. Neighborhoods, price comparisons, the whole picture. Just comment guide down below and I'll send the link right over. Now let's talk about schools, and I'll break this down simply. South Fort George falls under School District 57. For elementary, Van Bien Elementary is your main catchment. For secondary, the primary catchment feeds into Prince George Secondary School on Griffiths Avenue. PGSS is one of the city's largest high schools with advanced placement courses, strong athletics, and a broad vocational program. If French immersion is a priority for your family, Duchess Park Secondary runs the city's French immersion and Francophone high school program. It's in the adjacent Crescents neighborhood, so it's very accessible from South Fort George. One important note, catchment boundaries in the bowl area can be specific to your street address. Before you buy, use the SD57 Catchment School Locator on their website. Don't just assume, just check the tool. Now for transits, routes 46 and 47 run along Queensway and connect directly to downtown and the industrial zones with service every 30 minutes. For students heading to UNBC or CNC, or healthcare workers commuting to the hospital, transit is a genuinely viable option from this neighborhood. Okay, I said at the start I'd go there, so let's go for it. If you Google South Fort George or ask in a Prince George Facebook group, you're going to get mixed answers. Some people will call it rough, some will tell you to avoid certain streets, some will defend it hard. Here's what the data actually says. During a 72-day sample window, South Fort George and the South Bowl recorded 35 reported property crime incidents. You know what the downtown and CNR industrial area recorded? Also 35. The West Bowl and Cranbrook Hill? 38. South Fort George is not an outlier. It is statistically in line with every other central, high-density urban area in the city. Now, does that mean there are zero issues? No, of course not. Property crime in a central urban neighborhood looks like break-ins to vehicles, theft, vandalism. It is real. It is just concentrated on specific pockets, not spread evenly across the block. The reputation of South Fort George is older than the reality. This neighborhood carries a rough and tumble identity from its early days, and that's been slow to update even as the neighborhood has evolved. My honest advice, visit it 3 different times: a weekday morning, a Friday evening, a Sunday afternoon. Walk the specific streets near the address you're looking at. You'll get the real picture a lot faster than any internet forum will give you. Now here's the buyer warning. Because South Fort George governed itself before joining the city in 1976, some infrastructure here was built under different planning standards. Lot sizes vary, drainage and utility hookups on specific streets may reflect older frameworks, and there is a $2.9 million flood protection project underway right now for Farrell Street, Regents Crescent, Royal Crescent, Bird Avenue, and Hamilton Avenue. If your short list includes any of these streets, that is not a reason to walk away, but it is absolutely a reason to get an inspection and ask questions before you make an offer. The history is real, the affordability is real, the trade-offs are real too. And I told you about all of them. That is what you deserve to hear. Navigating the Prince George real estate market doesn't have to be stressful. I have a free seller's guide if you're planning to list, and a relocation guide for anyone moving to Prince George. But if you're looking to buy and want more tailored information, ask for my home buyers program. On top of the buyer's guide, I'll send you exclusive weekly videos and emails to walk you through the process step by step. Just comment the word guide down below, tell me which one fits your situation, and I'll send the link right over. And when you're ready to actually look at homes or list your property, the easiest way to connect is to call, text, or email. All those details are right there on the screen. See you in the next video.